94.7, 17 minutes after 2, Asempa FM, Sony. It's a Tuesday afternoon, the 6th day of September, 2022. We are coming to you live from our national studios at 355 Fanofa Street in Kokomlemle, Accra. And then the day, the Kaya Wutian, I say Emma Wakwaba, Ekosiisen. We do this every weekday, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Meeting your Saibon Su from Yobi. Ma Memphas Dashon Kuma Boafo production team who make this show possible. Dominic Kisi Yaboa, Nana Chumberema Jackson or say in Tiamoa, Yawo Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ Yayo, and a Queen Star in Japan. They make up the production team of Ekosiisen. Of course, with support from Amai Hene Kwabena Asante. Yet not to say, yeah, we think Ghana, we talk Ghana, we imagine Ghana, and we do everything Ghana. And Timonshan and so I would want you to join us on this amazing journey in the next 4 hours, 30 minutes. All over the world. Good afternoon, wherever you may be. If you are in the US, good morning to you. In the UK, good afternoon. More China, more Germany, more South Africa. It's Yamunina Mamunina Kwaba. Ghana House, or Tamale, or Sunyane, or Nkoko, or Sekendi, Takradu, Bibiani and Yasu Bekwai, or Zabzugu Tatale, Mamunina Kwaba, Edemoba, Ekosiisen. Let me remind you that this is Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. Your reigning CIMG radio program of the year and the GJA political program of the year. Ekosiisen on Asempa FM. And some guapono swankasa. So when you say catch but I believe so what and some Aisha Huang were told, you know, about 3 years ago. Say for engaging in illegal mining, I'm a deportation from Ghana. But I you to say, was here sneaky back into the country, engaging in the same illegal activity. Deportation, which is illegal mining. This time sometime this year, we Timmy Roman and Saka Ghana card. In fact, or the Ghana card not registered the same card. That's how far the impudence, no, could do. But we would examine that issue, some more here on the show. Our court correspondent is already seated. They did the Joseph Ackah Blay. But there've been some issues, about up or seeing Edihon and Como. In the end, album is also worked on a feature story about judgment debt and judgment debt in Tia Akoso Ewo Abe Emu Inti and time Kuchuni and Joseph Ackah Blay any and Como Kaise any Benada Yede community consent segment so Ebe Bremo. It would open the phone lines for you to call, send in your videos. Na Yenshe Mbonina Emfa Emma. Mayadi here Papa. The community consent segment. Here we are in the senior Hosi Ebedin Komo. Senior a former CEO of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. And the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, former CEO. Osaya managing trustee Edema Ghana COVID-19 Private Sector Fund. The Ghana COVID-19 Private Sector Fund, or a managing trustee. And no Edin Komo unim say Auditor General's report the Auditor General's report ne can be how are you use Ghana COVID-19 Private Sector Fund say the Auditor General audited the National COVID-19 Fund and sa fund na former CJ Edano audit in that audit no okay hey manoma now is omodi di ma no minim say wow not translate me mo akwa ba hey oh wow Kabibi. Now, it's a saying.
I will be Namado.
Bibi Ekoi.
Say, Neddy, a chow.
Charlie. You watch it. The last time, Commonwealth. Charlie. But you've done well. You've done very well. Why are they?
And then met chow.
Oh, no, why are
you know you're sure I bet you.
That's
my permanent Mashadaba.
No, it's not Shadaba, the constituency in common.
So, my dear.
Yeah.
But then in chat. Today we more have it.
That's it. And that's the Honorable Member of Parliament for the people of, let me get the constituency right. Doma East constituency. Honorable Paul Chum and Oba Ebabe Shrine studio. But Joseph Ackah Blay, Joseph, Boko there.
Adum now, sir.
Adum and some of the doors. But yen shall free Aisha Huang because and the most trending topic and on social media. Really, the air totally no cray say o sneaky ba Ghana ama police for answers with him.
What we know so far, and it's if he say omu deported no, utumi sign be PM ewa maimu ha.
Okay.
Obi PM no, omucha call back to the country no, or Sasani identity. That's the
call back to China. No?
China no, Sasani identity. I don't know whether that means by name or looks, but that's the word that was used.
Okay.
Omucha afterwards no, utumi babera on mine him through Togo.
Of our Togo,
and Otimbabera or Mainimwa, Yecha, or call back to Ashanti region, and this time around, say she was mainly concentrating on selling of mining equipment. And I think so. They said illegal mining for which reason? If you're mining, or not, or sign engaging in activity, so.
Wow.
And see, that is what. Almost investigation or uncover so far. And to much no mudi kind of record court no much national intelligence pick information say wa be PM or mine or boss age or this age man or Ashanti region. And ti omutumi ekoche na omude na be in court no on Friday. That's
last
Friday, yeah. Level charges against no, but I mean, unfortunately, they didn't have a Chinese interpreter readily available.
Okay.
Because level charges against will be I will say to me chile kasa ni team. No to me here what he is responding, he or she is responding to, and because of that, no more journey to Enra.
Okay.
Someone signed PM. And no PM there was an interpreter available, but nipa. Trainer or can who are call Friday. This time around, and run Aisha Huang on count.
And run Aisha Huang in
month number court will be. But on the Nipa me and Sunny buyer.
And a court and Accra
Circuit Court,
okay.
Yes, a Circuit Court, specifically Circuit Court 9.
Okay.
I was Supreme Court Chiwo.
Okay.
And to Mudin be PM or take the plea of the other trainer or buying or plea not guilty. The brief facts no indicate here and he say where will be a buying Sasoni Mupea or man prosecuting was signed a bit pure mind through Togo. If you buy or call back to Ashanti region, yes, galamsey activities and if you say beton in Fidia Edi this age man, now of course we're tongues are in Fidio. And the charges are yet a bomb we engaging in the sale and purchase of minerals without valid license and engaging in mining without license.
Without license. And the two charges when you're born.
Yeah.
Now, were we told how long or back gun and wabaha for?
No.
Or man,
we don't have that information now.
But at least a woman say was saying call a basic Kumasi airton mining equipment.
Ashanti region. Ashanti region. That's how they describe it. Ashanti region.
Airton mining equipment.
Engaging in the sale and nothing so illegal mining without license.
Wow. Aisha Huang. Now the point say we're changing the DNA, and as we're changing identity, no, or man for details be even in the court document.
In fact, court document, no, DM with the man here, Huang Rusia. Yes. Until you compare Crampo to earlier reportage now at that time, now you say a completely different name. And Huang Rusia, no, most aka Aisha Huang. Yes. Just to indicate that.
By time you're saying the first year deported no. Now Huang Rusia ni enkane.
Debbie.
Hey. Aisha Huang you're solid. Coming through Togo. Meaning say of our flower by road. And or the area Ghana. And for more mood, you know, and you know, say I got a call from one immigration person, and all say the system I use to entry point, make sure identity management system I use, you know. As we've used that for about 10 years, and a US version. It is a nipane boa, me boa, that's what he told me. Say, and capture iris. You get it? But a fingerprint and corner. But the fingerprint system at our entry point, and you're linked to like a central database be a say be a file fingerprint ewa
that's the question.
I'm
because
surprised.
the thinking is says ubera or mine at any point na say more fingerprint devices were the idea is to pick the data
and it will,
you run it in a system to see whether is this someone that we are looking for or is it someone that we have a beef with, for which reason that person should not be allowed.
The person
into the
told
country.
me, say, even when you deporting on a list of, say, a man for was say, you show me no esono. Send a picture and come on. It's difficult for be or say a flower immigration or flower no to know, because it's highly likely say be a flower immigration. This whole Aisha Huang.
Yeah, but 2022 the picture there you find you because me found my first passport. Now we share picture them any make a renewal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare the pictures of the two, I'm a completely different person.
Nipano Eka or narrative when you and I say
yeah, so it explains how come she was able to get in.
How come she was able to get in?
Yeah.
Well, the point is, if that is the system, then it's easy. Once or heavy makeup be the changing the new power, she will go through.
Yeah.
She will go through.
Yeah. And I want to say, and then pay minority leader bar, AM show. Yeah. Also on social media, picture be a going viral of a Ghana card.
Yes.
Ghana card be a DM was here and Huang.
And Huang.
With a picture of the individual over the period.
Name say Aisha Huang. Okay.
And the minority leader no raise questions say ne ban sign and answer to me can Ghana card because the concern
okay into picture into over Facebook your live stream now sa Ghana card now where and mind you say Ghana card no omo ye two versions back here for citizens of Ghana and back here for non-citizens. In Wales, Republic of Ghana non-citizen identity card, surname Huang, first name no N-E-N. And previous names, nationality, CHN, I suppose China yeah. Sex, female, and place of issuance near the so date of expiry, 26th February 2023, which is next year. And the picture, the picture we've come to know to be that of Aisha Huang, you deporting in free guarantee. Over Facebook, you will see a picture of that Ghana card, no, allegedly belonging to her.
Yeah, and from those who are very familiar with the systems, if she has acquired a Ghana card, because the issue is a Ghana card system, so it's an offline recording on more.
Yes.
It's the case, me presenting me when I register, normal family biometrics, it's not automatically run into some system. Because if we had reached the level and and could be presenting also be registered, I'll be running through system. And immediately now wait to detect it. Say okay, this person is actually where say no crime record near the BPA, but say we are paying you charge you na you deport you. And the honor obi quickly bit here authorities now to say because from the date issue it's February. Say
February,
if we are to believe the narrative, say card way and there. Like just from February at least.
From February till now.
Yes.
And I think if there is a reason why we should fast track the integration of science central database, with all the other agencies that rely on a central database, and we should be fast about
ideally it should be fast and it should be online. Because database able to me our offline and they're problematic. Because you can just offline and you are just inputting. But if it's online now, immediately who just say register you quickly see what you need to know. And if I thought that I thought that course near there. because of what they have seen, perhaps. So they need to cross-check and see that, okay, this person, should we allow the person into the country? Should we issue this person with a card? Because obviously, say, apply for Ghana card, that is if the Ghana card belongs to her. Then it means that she would have presented documents so that she's ordinarily resident in the country.
Absolutely.
So she would have a resident permit. So that raises another layer of question. How did she get that resident permit?
That resident permit. Unless Owaha without a resident permit. And Owaha without a resident permit, how did she get the Ghana card? Because we're here for non-citizens. And of course, to get the non-citizen identity card, you should be here
resident in the country.
Legally, working here and all of that. One major nkomo, this will call for a lot of answers from everybody in that value chain. I will say providing answers from the NIA to the Ghana Immigration Service. And for that Ghana Immigration Service officer, on no say a flower border, no, because at the end of the day, nipa neighbor are picking a fingerprint. That's the system you've built for them to operate. In the Onyafa fingerprint, even though I agree, say there might be some immigration officers up there, because we know she would definitely have been aided to enter the system.
Yeah. And then I pay any Professor Ekosiisen in Etrian Common. No, because I mean, if there will be any proper investigation, it has to be very broad in nature, because he believes that the circumstances surrounding her deportation and subsequent return, it is either she has state support, that is on the side of our government, state support of a sort to be able to get in there, or she has external, her country support of sort, or there is a network. Or operating within. Because not on to me, how obisana like ye if you're mining ma eche kra okay o mampenya kisa kwa kasa krampo say he thinks it was wrong for them to have deported after senior minister no comment no. I mean na sani pa utumenya kwa be wura oman yi bioma omasa chine de. I mean, what happens next? I mean, we are supposed to go back to court on the 14th of September.
14th September, almost say court. I think the good thing kakra though, and it say yasaye hu na say chine bio. But now what's the guarantee? Say, I don't know. Say, through this trial, it will get to a point they say, okay, Charlie, let's halt the trial and deport. And they will come back to square one, because we deport here a year, 2 years. She can find a way of entering the system again. And let's see, maybe this would be that example. Say, we'll go through the trial phase, no? To its logical
that is if there will be a trial. I mean,
that's if there would be a
because
trial.
Initially, no beka omo chain a crampon first no. Omo charging no under immigration laws. Mekaisa Occupy Ghana, they raised serious issues about those softer charges which were going to be effectively amount to some fines being paid any idea. And so subsequently, government now amended charges to charge her under the Mining Minerals Act, Mining Minerals and Mining Act, no. And so eventually, we take the decision say, according to the senior minister for economic reasons, no. Man, koya afieche no. Wasan babura omaimo.
Oba yen so no wanya kwan akwa Ashanti region. San ye the same illegal mining.
Say ne japade o.
Charlie, this is serious. This is really serious. And there are some messages coming through, but we say, Obi, to get the non-citizen card, you just show a valid entry permit, like an entry stamp. How did she get a stamp in her passport to allow her to even apply for the Ghana card? That's one big question. Also, if her fingerprints were taken at the airport before deportation, then it should surely register at the border when they check. When one also drift, no. In the deporting, no, one call by road or call by air. Ain't likely say you better find a fingerprint at the airport, and that fingerprint now at the airport, no, at least within Ghana Immigration Service, no, and there they should have a system. So be a flower border, obi or a lubo border, obi or paga, obi or hamile, baby.
They should be able to access it.
Absolutely. And also one question: immigration for should be telling us why. We say, and I say it's the same immigration system. And thank you, my very good friend Godfred Akotobuafo, and these are very, very pertinent questions. No,
so I mean, message now was it even raises more. So he's even making a point that it doesn't necessarily have to be even online.
Absolutely,
it's data that they have. Yeah. So I mean, then we raises very serious questions about how
the same immigration system.
Yeah.
You know, there need to be some questions. Was a month for a year, no, because apart from everything, this is also some kind of an embarrassment. I mean, a national one, of course. Say, obi a deported. And I agree. Say, in some other countries, no, when you are dealing with criminals, they find ways of compromising your system. But we should always aspire for the best, and that's why we are committing so much resources into building a national ID system. And some of these things should not sneak through. And let's see how the trial would go. And we should also let us know. Aside the immigration issue, the bigger way the fight against galamsey, illegal mining, it means say beyond the rhetoric, some of these people are still hiding somewhere in the Ashanti region and other regions doing illegal mining.
And most
of them so any valid work permit. It's really sad. And also the Land and Natural Resources Ministry should also step up this fight against illegal mining.
Yeah, but I believe even by now, Crampono, I mean, there's too much silence in the system. I think at this stage,
no official.
Yeah, I mean, there should have been an official statement from government for that matter, because I mean, this is an individual.
You're
deporting, and it's not just the fact that we deported her. She has managed to come back to continue the very activity that she was engaged in. I mean, I think at some stage, I mean, it should have come already, but at some stage it should still be coming. I mean, there should be an official explanation,
official government
telling the citizens on what exactly happened and what steps government intends taking going forward.
I agree with you, and I think the Information Ministry, maybe Information, Foreign Affairs, Land and Natural Resources, Interior. Into these four ministries, they should put their heads together and tell the Ghanaian people something. And yet, one of those stories are. I was sweeping under the carpet.
Which may because I mean, and if a statement is coming, Crampa, concrete information on how it happened and what steps they are taking. Because I mean, this one, once the documents now, they can tell which entry point she came in. On that day, which official was in charge, a man sent on my sanipa or check or go through protocol as expected that. Because those protocols now what generally to ensure some of these things don't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean sometimes so also I thought that's why to my move so because I mean depending to be about all the way to Ashanti region, I go PM into equipment. I didn't turn a galamsey no to only locals near two and answer on him, bro. Like it sounds like a lot. Like Mentia say, you bet to me a deported Ghana if China now was back to China. I could this up in Nibium.
It's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. And that's the big story for. And instead, we are expecting a statement from government. Government would have to let us hear their position on this particular story. Very, very important. And the other big story is when people be any DH, the case here to forcing Assembly court. No, is it where are we? What's he saying?
Sir, court no, on say na court no or city during vacation. Now the reason is na for a while na health minister Kwekwa Jimamenu.
Yes.
On not testify. I mean, just to bring our listeners up to speed to this case. Now, ambulance case no. Ambulance is bare 30 be the previous administration, any administration, almost try some but to a big C trading company. Based in UAE. Some of ambulance now vehicles are buying a bunch a Benz Bassa. Then you fit for purpose. I'm gonna buy a mukobi musha crampana. Equipment and I will say woman being about 2.3 million euros lost to the state. And the health minister witness number 4.
Yes.
Now Emro starting the testimony and China legal vacation drew. But the court took the view say so take a break na say omoko for that long now. By the time on beba back no. Just on beba back sometime in September. Thereabout. I think October or September. On beba back and it will be difficult for say cross examination crampona you see that's how we go through the course of proceedings now. And I said there is a potential risk. Say, ube bisa questions and ube bisa that. Any idea?
Yes.
And now this one, you are dealing with a public official on one case also business or so any idea on behalf of Yenia. The court felt that it was important to health minister Nobeba.
Yes.
During the vacation at least, or to maybe in a testimony in a cross examination. Now if it's some back in January, remember back January next year. Now in the back and then they'll be able to take a new witness. Na case need to me atwa so nti the health minister no ono na testify so far no on said the substantive issue connected Dr. Force into the case no a letter back could be or Troy.
Yes.
A letter or Troy to Bank of Ghana in his capacity as a deputy finance minister on behalf of the Minister
of
for
Finance
Finance.
Minister.
The Finance Minister or
At
Troy.
the time
I think it should be set Tekpe.
Tekpe.
Yes, because
Okay.
because in the course of the trial no Dr. Abdulaziz Bamba or lead counsel for Dr. Forsen or Prompte Health Minister and say, is he aware say there is information from the Tekpa indicating that unauthorized man trust it came up in the course of proceedings. Until a letter or throw to Bank of Ghana asking say omun setting up letters of credit for on behalf of company no. Now health minister in his testimony no the argument so far we're advancing to court and they say it is on the basis of that letter no or saying that setting in motion processes resulting in advance payments or say contract terms no, it doesn't allow for advance payment. It even allowed for even pre-shipment inspection. It is say vehicles no more we wo Dubai hono or sanka officials if you chroma it me ko PM ho inspect
vehicles
no mo check say bibia dadin and vehicles na ba be PM wa it was in that instance no the government officials no man kwan inspect vehicles no but Osan admitted biom say there were certain obligations in terms of timelines for setting up of the letters of credit. Government also breached their obligations in that regard. I mean to me and establishing but I mean to me man kwaya inspection so it created a situation and bra vehicles never drew you know now if you who say fault you know any fit for purpose no they went into a discussion with the supplier no, as to how to remedy the situation. It came up during cross examination they say eventually equipment be buyer never container more much still will container more habo into mo bisa what minister and say no man clear I health minister nature or momo ba be mu no or supplier na money say they don't have money to do that but clearing no. And his point was that as far as the government was concerned no if they had carried out the pre-shipment inspection it would not have created that situation and now some remedy cramp no because they were buying ambulances. You're not buying vehicles that were to be brought down and to have equipment fitted in to become ambulances. And so the expectation was that once a more inspecting they will pay for it, then it will be ambulance that will be fit for purpose. And or testify was cross-examined almost suggested to say to me the other letters by one deputy controller and accountant general so Troy to Bank of Ghana asking Bank of Ghana to establish the letters of credit. And another letter from Bank of Ghana to a health ministry asking the health ministry to come and inspect some documents as part of the process leading to payment. And from the side of Dr. Atuforsen's legal team, and letters of credit, request for letter of credit back on Troy, you know, they don't believe that is what resulted in the payment because their argument is that as far as they are concerned, letter of credit is not payment. But the health minister took the view that it is what resulted in the advance payment contrary to the clear terms of the contract. When I back in January.
Now, prosecution ended.
Four witnesses from what they told the court, and they are supposed to call 5. If that doesn't change, then the expectation is that we are supposed to hear from possibly an investigator. Or investigate this particular matter or the next stage obviously as expected mostly on submission of no case there will be a ruling then if depending on how it goes if he has to open his defense then he does that will be
in the defense that's where they are to force and any state issues are apart from that legal vacation is still on, right? In all the major cases, no, towards this year. Almost in October. Okay. And then we'll see this after October say Omobabaka, which cases na you need also?
Oh, cases need there. A number of them. I mean, say names are cool in some years so.
Cool, dear, no.
Yes, and also our hoye names.
Oliver.
Yeah. In fact, Oliver Diane Crampono. Now some more arraigned in the High Court. Just a couple of, I think last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last week. But on Cha, he was not properly served. That's what he told us. No, aware. Yes, no, aware. Say, I was say about ABPMNT. The decision at the court may take in say a more agenda case no, and a more direct say they should ensure that he served the proceedings. So okay, a copy more district court offers eventually district court no, a committee need to stand trial at the High Court.
Okay.
And then back on the 13th of October.
13th October.
October, yeah.
Okay.
Any treason felony case na state na file against no what they call district court the committee to stand trial at the High Court.
At the High Court. Yeah. Tiani Oliver Diano. Then
also Supreme Court in him say 11 some Judge question there so ho 11 some so Supreme Court. Okay. Yeah, and there's this spousal case. Judgment on spousal case, spousal allowance, returning there. I think 2 separate judgments. Bako Abronye the Copiemo.
Okay.
And Abaku Biom so Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo. Yeah.
Nelson Dafiamapo.
All those are part of a number of cases. Any Gusidichi.
That's nice. Okay. In Yemfa story, feature story on judgment dates, no. In a day inform me is our story, no.
Judgment debt there, maybe a trauma there, a very big issue. Especially during the Mahama administration before 2016.
Yes.
In fact, it was so topical to the extent that they found expression in the MPP's manifesto when they cited the payment of judgment debts as one issue of corruption that they were going to deal with.
Yes.
Okay, Krampa, before that, Krampo, no. So Commissioner 2012, it me set up so Commissioner in Justice Apau.
Yeah, Justice
Apau. Retired from Supreme Court,
yes.
No. It's set up in October, sometime in 2014, or the report by analyzing how state actors sleep on their responsibilities and it results in payments of judgment debts and how sometimes we breach contracts in a manner and to assume naninya a card that on minus 20.
Yes.
The only said sometime in 2019 there was a question that was filed by the former Mion MP Mohammed Abdulaziz.
Okay.
No Bisa Finance Minister no say how much judgment debt had been paid. Into Okwansa of Parliament.
Yes.
Into as part of Joy Research Desk, okay, we want Okwa Parliament. What was missing was a breakdown
of
who the beneficiaries are.
Okay.
And what
but
it comes
the composite figure by.
The composite figure the coin.
Now you're saying
283 million cedis.
283 million Ghana cedis. This is as at 2019.
2019 from 2017.
From 2017 to 2019.
2019,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was what he took to Parliament. So we had that information. So we decided to make a request to find out how much judgment debt had been paid, who the beneficiaries are, and the total aggregate sum. So we sent an RTI request first to the Office of Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Now, more reply is Yanko Finance.
Okay.
Information. So we sent a request to Finance and Finance over the weekend. The information buy and see information buy and after two side by side the parliamentary hazard of what Ken Oforiatta told Parliament. Then we realized a bit of very serious discrepancy.
In the way information pursuant to RTI request the buy and it's not 2017 to 2019.
2017 to date.
Till date.
Date, yes.
Okay.
And that came to 125 million cedis.
125 million Ghana cedis. That's
yes.
From 2017 to 2022.
In fact, we have figures for 2022, which comes to 2.8 million. But the total, it comes to a year amount of 125 million cedis now, which is, remarkably lesser than the 283
which
million,
was for 2017 to 2019.
July 2019. And even at the time, the finance minister make key points and they say on the average, they were paying roughly about 94 million cedi per year. And I have the Hansard here. Portions of it I can read. So this is Dr. Forson speaking. It says, Mr. Speaker, the question was for the Honorable Minister to give us the exact amount that has been paid from 2017 to date. In his answer, he said they have paid approximately 94 million cedis yearly, could the Honorable Minister specifically tell us how much they paid for the years 2017, 2018, and so far 2019?
Okay.
Because you're speaking in July.
Yes.
Mr. Ferrata responds, Mr. Speaker, I do not have the breakdown, but the to-date payment, as I mentioned, is 283.256267 million cedis. And see, that is what Mr. Ferrata
They call Parliament in July 2019. And mo file a RTI request.
Yeah. Intuition document now says titled Right to Information, Details of Judgment Debt Payments 2017 to 2022.
Okay.
In 2017 to 2022. And every year, you 2017 so 2017 you in favor of one Alberto say or the 279,000. One Republic versus Commanding Officer Ghana Air Force.
Okay.
Madam Martha Wood 306,800. It gives the breakdown. We have what we have is what was not even provided for Parliament.
Okay.
And even offer first offer 2017 the total was 54 million. Offer that of a year 2018 it was 35 million.
Okay.
Offer that of 2019 a year 13.9 million. It will kick out we crabuma. You are nowhere near the 283. Okasa fan as of July 2019.
In Parliament, no.
After year cumulative linear all the way to a year 2022, and we know 2022 the amount was 2.8 million.
Yes.
Linear kikabuma. Or more computation it comes to 125 million cedis.
Cedis. Wow. And with way no social list now and breakdown no. Omunyina cases are a court ni ruling in favor of the plaintiffs against the state.
That is what is very difficult to tell. I mean, in fact, what we've been doing from the weekend is we've been trying to get access to some of these documents, and some of them, we've not been successful so far. Yeah, because we know, and particular ones be catching attention. Ones be enough figures na so kakra nti. Bakubi say Jubilee Tractors and Assembly Plant Limited versus National Security Council and 3 others. Omutua in favor of the company Jubilee Tractors and Assembly Plant 30.9 million cedis. This was in 2018. So this was one. It was of interest to us, which we were pursuing. We've not been able to get the details of what had accounted for it. But I mean, it's a second layer of because right now we've put out the fact that there's been a bit of a discrepancy here. We are still getting answers, trying to get answers to those matters. Eventually, we'll go further into the specific payments and what accounted for each of them. We'll try and uncover that as well.
Because I only a critical. What I recall, say, when judgment that be topical, under the Males Mahama administration, you would recall, say, at the time, not focus was more on dubious judgment debt payment.
Exactly.
Dubious judgment debt payment. And this Busa a question, say,
because okay, at that time the company because a default judgments
absolutely.
Say ko o man to coach them na
omaboyenka into nyoma through a mine and actions and inactions ekokofa by bi won so a you could see a clear collusion on the part of state actors and in kofobi na akabo no baba jiska every mine ho. I think that distinction no clear,
very important.
Judgment data in the course of government business, you would go into contracts, you
for one or two reasons. Say be a COVID credit man,
breach one term or the other.
You can't perform near the
it would occasion a judgment. Yes, and normally normal. But when there is a clear, deliberate plan to dupe the state, I think that distinction is clear. And until I was you go through this
step
list,
further,
Obia there, and how come we were made to pay that kind of judgment? Then they're very important to help the discussion. But I think you've done a fantastic job, Maye Juma. Thank you. Inti, when you drill down further, I know I'm a yate. Now for the woman, the Amaye TF1 so why? That's Papa Joseph Ackah Blay and Amoten and Kanye, court correspondent, taking us through some of the issues he's been following up on. Ekosiisen 94.